Hi.
Hi.
Hi. So what's going to happen right now is each person is going to give their own presentation, and then we'll start off with the Q&A session. So first off, we will have Mr. Yusuke with his presentation. Please.
Okay. Sawadee krap, ladies and gentlemen, and ni hao, annyeonghaseyo, and konnichiwa. I think this session is just after lunchtime, so you must be very sleepy. So please keep your eyes open just for 5 minutes during my presentation. So after my presentation, you can sleep as you like. Oh, it's your presentation. Sorry.
Next one.
Okay, sorry. Okay, so let me start this session from presentation about Japanese startup ecosystem. And before contents, okay, let me explain about what is NRI, Nomura Research Institute, and myself just briefly. I'm working at the company called NRI, Nomura Research Institute Japan, which is a leading consultancy firm and think tank in Japan. And we are always working closely with Japanese government as well as industries, public companies, private companies, VCs, and other relevant investors, not only in Japan, but also Asia and globally. And I am in charge of technology and media telecom industries for global business development and alliance and partnering business. And before joining this company, I had established 3 startups by my own self. And after that, I have established 4 plus, maybe 4 or 5, even 6 startups, work with my client. Oh, sorry. Okay, so let's start from explanation about the startup ecosystem in Japan. And now Japan, the collaboration between each party is really important. Start from government and also corporate, so-called CVC, corporate venture capital, and universities, academic side, and the other investors. Government in Japan, MITI, Japanese Ministry of Economics, Trading and Industries, and ILCZ, investment arm of Japanese government, who has about 20 billion US dollar investment capabilities. And we have now a new governmental fund called JICT and the Ministry of Internal Affairs and Communications, ICT Ministry. And in terms of corporate venture capital, as you know, Japan is, we have lots of, big companies, so corporate investment is very important to accelerate startups. Mainly Japanese telecom companies like here in AIS, DTAC, True, we have NTT Docomo, KDDI, SoftBank, and each telcos are very active to develop a startup business. And in terms of other side, investor side, banks and security companies like Nomura or its venture Jahuko and Cyber Agent, or trading company Mitsubishi, Mitsui, Sumitomo, Itochu, such kind of investors are also keen to startup business. And academic side, Tokyo University, they have the startup arm called UTech. And also other university like Keio University is keen to start up. So in conclusion, Japan is heading to this sweet spot which covers all relevant parties, government, investors, corporate, and academic. Let me show you some example with watching Japanese innovation history. You know, Japan is well known about innovation. Start from, let's take an example of Sony's Walkman in 1970s. After that, 1980s, Nintendo has developed NIS in Japanese family computer. And after that, 1990s, end of 1990s, Toyota has developed Toyota's Prius hybrid car. And 20th centuries, Japanese innovation is entering a new age. The first case is the company called Ugrena. This company is developing this, Ugrena in Japanese so-called midorimishi, which is a kind of natural product. So they are developing this Ugrena for biochemical and food, any businesses. And 2010s, there we are having a new company called Spiber. Spiber is utilizing spider's nest, like Spider-Man. The strings of spider is really strong, stronger than iron. Spider-Man is stronger than Iron Man. So this company is utilizing the spider's nest to clothes or industrial use. So it means Japanese startup style is always technology-driven, to introduce new technology to the world. That's a Japanese style, and Japanese government is always accelerate this kind of technology-driven innovation. And Japanese innovation should be more collaborative. Let's take an example of Japanese manufacturing industries. Now, as you know, internet is very well used in any industries, anywhere, anytime. So it means open platform is the main battlefield after ICT innovation, .com bubble. So in terms of manufacturing industry, basically, manufacturing industry is the biggest industry in Japan, as well as Germany, Taiwan, and Korea. And but Japanese or manufacturing industry itself is very closed. Very confidential industries. So it's not like ICT industry. It means ICT industry is always, open platform like Facebook, Google. So what's happening in this manufacturing industry is Japanese manufacturers, Komatsu's Comtrax, it's a kind of IoT platform of Komatsu's construction machine, or Mitsubishi Electronics, they are developing their own ecosystem called e-factory. But it's a closed ecosystem. So direction is left down areas. However, other parties from West, GE, General Electric, or Siemens, Bosch from Germany, they are now trying to go to the open world, as well as Google and Amazon. So now, even in manufacturing industries, the battlefield of platform is open. So what I'd like to say here is innovation as well as startup business should be more open. Should be more collaborative. So that's why now Japanese governments as well as Japanese other investors, they are keen to work together with Silicon Valleys and China, Korea, and Taiwan, of course with Thailand. Okay, end of my presentation session.
Thank you so much, Mr. Nakabayashi. Very interesting stuff right there, especially about the think tank. Next up, we have Mr. Steve Chu, CEO of TXA.
Yeah, it's me.
Yes.
Okay, now my turn. Where's my slides? Okay, I feel more comfortable standing up. So
Sure,
please
go
allow
ahead.
me. Okay, everyone. My name is Steve from Taiwan. I'm responsible for the Taiwan's ITRI's Incubation Center Accelerator. ITRI stands for Industrial Technology Research Institute, which is the largest research institute in Taiwan. But I also got a mission that I got spin off at the end of last year. I'm also the CEO of the Tronxin Accelerator. I'm now an independent company. I'm keep accelerating the Taiwan's high-tech startups. So I'm the one to share some information on what we have been doing in Taiwan. probably in the future we can cooperate with every one of you on the stage and also with all of you here. My team for the past 6 years have been nurturing 162 startups in our accelerator program. And together, totally, we have helped them raise $60 million fund in Taiwan. And 11 of them got listed Taiwan Startup Board. We call it GISA Board. This is a new board established 2 years ago just for startups. They don't have to have track record. They're not making money yet. As long as they are proven innovative, they can be listed in the stock market to raise funds. And also, the 6 companies really got IPO in Taiwan public stock market. That's what we have been doing, our achievement for the past 6 years. But we understand that even Taiwan, we have some resource, but it actually is a small island. We really need to push those startups to go global, to go beyond Taiwan island. Because we know if we can only stay in Taiwan, we cannot blend that those venture capitalists don't want to invest in early stage company because it's too limited upside potential. So we want to connect globally. So every season, we select around 10 to 15 companies with high tech, but they have to fit in 6 categories of technology, including information technology, optoelectronics, electronics, machinery, material, biomedical, and green energy, those technology. So field. But every season we train them, nurture them, and we have a demo day every season. And every season we want to bring the resource from other countries. Let's see, 2014 spring, we focus on Kyoto market. We invite Kyoto Research Park to share the resource in Kansai area. Then summer, we know South Asia is so important. So we focus on Malaysia market on 2014 summer. Look at this guy. This guy his name is Tatakwa from Malaysia. He started his business in Taiwan, right in our incubation center. Only took him 4 years to get listed in Taiwan stock market. The one sitting next to it is Tony. Tony's Taiwanese entrepreneur. He started his business in Malaysia doing agriculture technology. Very successful. His company is ready to go back to Taiwan to be listed in Taiwan stock market. 2014, we connected France market. Then winter, the United States, huge market. We have to go there. And last year, spring, China market, of course, huge market. Summer, Tokyo. We invite UTEC. You just mentioned UTEC, right? University of Tokyo Edge Capital. We invited the chairman, Kochi-san, to Taiwan to share what kind of resource, what kind of project they are interested. Welcome to invest in Taiwan. And autumn, we focus on Singapore market. And last winter, we invited Canada Stock Exchange to share they also have a startup board to welcoming all the startups from around the world to be listed in Canadian stock market. They already have over 50 startups from Asia to be listed in Canada Stock Exchange. So we want to know what kind of the resource they can provide to us. So after 2 years, this operation of the accelerator program, we already have a flourished ecosystem, but we ask ourselves, what's next? We already have these startups that want to go global, but when we go look outside, probably we need to go inside. That have we prepared enough to go global? So we decided that we maybe have to bring some new mechanism to Taiwan ecosystem. That we believe that those entrepreneurs are very, very lonely. But as a very serious entrepreneur, what you need is not just go through all training. You need to focus on real business to win the real market. So we decided to form a board of director for him. We call it as a private board of director. Startup team members are very young, they don't have experience, they are still learning, and they don't know how to deal with the investors just on the board. So we bring a group of entrepreneurs and a bunch of experienced business leaders to form a director, private board director just for you. Of course, you have your board, but they're young, they don't have a resource. For them sitting together, nothing will happen. So probably we need to have an external board just for them. So who on the board is really critical. When an investor look at a project, do we want to invest in it? We do look at who on the board is a sign, it's a signal. So you need to define the strategic partners. In order to build out the trust, bring the resource to strengthen their board structure. Every time we have a visiting chairman, they are business leader, big corporate business leader. Just in this board meeting, pretend it's role playing to be their chairman. We also have asked those CEO, come on, make a report to the board and raise a question, raise an issue, report to the board. We want to discuss it. So 75 minutes long. We want to focus on only one company to help him to solve the problem, to get a resource. So all the directors will ask questions or discuss. We have an independent director from big corporations. We also have supervisors from EY, KPMG, Deloitte, PwC to sit on the supervisor. They are very experienced. They got a lot of information. So this is some pictures just show you. There's a board meeting, and there's another board meeting. Second, and another board meeting. Okay, the foreign entrepreneurs doing business in Taiwan. How can they don't speak Chinese? How can they get a resource? Let's help them. Okay, this board meeting. The one sitting on the left is from SoftBank. It also sits on our board to look at the portfolio company. Probably in the future they want to invest. So there's a board, there's a CPA from EY. And we want to create something that to help those entrepreneurs, including foreign entrepreneurs doing business in Taiwan, to focus on a real situation, in-depth discussion, and we have a peer advisory. Because we are all doing business, we are all creating our business. We can share the same passion and information. And we need large corporation connections. So every time we have those chairmen, independent directors, they are from big corporations. And they're going to help each other. If one company find their value on others' needs, if they are needed, they have value. So each entrepreneur will pretend they are CEO. Next time they will be a director. So they're role playing. Okay. So this is our clubhouse. We want to welcome, if in the future you come to Taiwan, just contact me. I would like to invite all of you to form a cross-border ecosystem. It's very important. We need chemical reaction. We already have our elements in Taiwan, but it's not enough. We need you. And probably some elements from Taiwan can stimulate some, going to create some new chemical reaction in this ecosystem. Thank you.
All right, that was Mr. Chu, CEO of Tronxin. Very interesting stuff there. And then next we have Mr. Im Jongtae. Would you like to say something before we go to the Q&A session, please?
Thank you. And before my short presentation, I'm sorry. I apologize. I didn't prepare any presentation material for you, so excuse me. And then I want to share our experiences in developing Korean startup ecosystem during our last few years. And Korean government has been driving creative economy for a couple of years. Creative economy is a new economic strategy to create new industries and new jobs through combining people's innovative ideas with ICT and science technologies. Once Korea was a textbook example of a successful economic powerhouse, turning itself into an economic, from one of the poorest countries in the world at the end of the Second World War. But now Korea economy is very big. The driving force to build Korea, as you know today, are based on entrepreneurs' efforts armed with can-do spirit. I can do, you can do, and everybody can do. This kind of spirit is just like the same as entrepreneurship. But today, Korea has seen a slowdown in creating new industries and new jobs. And Korea has been failing to reach GDP of 30,000 US dollars for more than 1 decade. It is our big problem. We are in the kind of recession, AZ. The Korean economy is like a frog in a pot of slowly boiling water. It's a very big problem. So for Korea to take a leap forward, we have to move into an innovative economic paradigm where ingenuity of peoples and innovative technologies propel economic growth and development. As you see, every country in the world is pushing ahead with new strategies for innovation, such as Startup Nation in the United States, Horizon 2020 in EU, Tech Nation in UK, and Industry 4.0 in Germany, etc. So the Korean government is pushing forward with the creative economy initiative. Through the creative economy, we anticipate to recreate venture and startup ecosystems. We want to create new industries and new jobs, and also we want to nurture creative talent for the people. To achieve this goal, our government has put in place 18 nationwide offline startup hubs, which is called Creative Economy and Innovation Center. In this center, creative ideas are constantly turned into commercial successes. Each Creative Economy and Innovation Center is matched with Korean global big companies such as Samsung, LG, Hyundai, and SK, etc. And each big company has been trying to help and support startups and ventures to grow using a big company's core competencies, such as technology development or domestic and global marketing channel and mentoring services, etc. For last 1.5 years, innovation centers have supported more than 2,100 startups and ventures and provided 700 million financial services and created more than 800 new high-quality jobs. Especially on DAEJEON Innovation Center, during the last 16 months, we have incubated 30 new startups and supported almost 120 venture companies. As a result, we provided 60 million financial services to the companies and educated 7,000 young people. Some of our startups made revenues from abroad just less than 1 year. It is a big jump. Our startups are getting to hire more employees, making increased revenue, and attracting investors all over the world. In the near future, we want to be a global accelerator hub to make global venture starts, and we will keep going to commercialize innovative technologies and cultivate startup ecosystem. That is our mission. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Jong Tae. And now for some Q&A for any of you who would like to ask questions. Anybody have any questions out there? Anyone? There we go. Can you introduce yourself, please, and which question you would like to direct to who?
I'm Dr. Mit. I have a small question for Mr. Steve. I find your presentation very interesting, and especially on the part of helping the small company startup to face the real situation. And you mentioned about setting up a kind of simulation or a board of directors. How do you deal with the issue of conflict of interest on one hand and the business secret on the other hand?
Okay, that's a very, very important issues that when we design this mechanism, take this season as an example, I am nurturing 16 IoT-related companies. They are all in IoT fields. So when I recruit those companies, I explain to them, 16 companies, 16 entrepreneurs that are sitting out there that, do you have any issues you don't want to cooperate with others? If there any conflict interest, you already know each other. So everybody knows everybody's business. Everyone will make a presentation first. Now, then I explain that to them, our mechanism. Do you want to join? If you want to join, then you are going to share and going to help each other. If you have any issue, you cannot release your confidential information between each other. Let us know. We are going to have another chapter. We can separate them to different chapters. So in this chapter, they can help each other. So every time there's a simulation, every time one of them is going to play the role of a CEO, make a report, and the rest of the 15 companies become director, helping each other to giving some comments or even some challenges. But even though if the CEO making presentation or raise an issue for discussion, if he feel not comfortable to discuss some issue, he have the right said, I don't want to discuss this issue. There's a mechanism we have designed that. But we are trying to persuade all the entrepreneurs that because if you are still small, very young, very small, if you want to go to the battlefield alone, the success rate is really low. We want you to cooperate. The only way we can accelerate is not only get a resource, but also we can work together as a team to go global. So we have to give them some concept that don't play the role alone and find a partner. And through the process, they'll find out who could be the partner in the future and who could be the strategic investors or independent directors from the big corporates. Because they don't, no matter we are going to do investment or build up cooperation, the most important thing is to build up trust. It takes time and take a process. We are trying to build up trust. So if you don't, something happened that you cannot trust each other, that's okay. It's also a good result that you figure out that someone could not be your long-term partnership. So that's what we have been doing. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Anybody? Actually, I have a question for all you three because everyone here has helped their own companies in their countries create a startup, right? So could you give us like some short examples of the success stories in your own country, please?
Okay, so success story, I want to take one example, which is working with a Japanese governmental fund. At that project, I I have assisted to establish some startup which is providing Japanese animation content, comics, animations, movies to ASEAN countries, of course including Thailand, as well as e-commerce industry. I mean, in Japan, it's called Cool Japan Strategies, a combination of Japanese content and Japanese products as well as services. And then finally, to increase inbound tourists from Thailand and other ASEAN countries to Japan. So at that project, what I did is, yes, the point is exactly same as Steve's earlier discussion. I mean, to work with other partners to start new business in unknown countries. The project is for Japanese companies and they never experienced ASEAN business until then. So we recommend to have a partnership with local industries as well as governments. Then they can start their business really smoothly.
Okay,
to
so
know the local way.
the key point right here is you're trying to push the companies in your own country to go
Yes.
abroad, right? And then by doing that, you need these companies to have partnerships with other companies in those specific countries. And what you're saying is that helps them a lot in terms
Yes,
of starting
yes.
up in that particular country, such as, for example, if a Japanese company were to start up in Thailand, you would have some sort of connections with the government or people in Thailand, and then you would help them in that way and then create a startup in Thailand.
Yes, the point is you don't need to do all by only yourself. But you have
Okay.
to find, you can find good local partner or other partners.
Are there any special numbers, like how many partners you should have? 1, 2, because sometimes too many is too much.
Yes,
right?
yes, that's the point. So
Okay.
yeah, that's actually enrollment of my company
Yeah.
as a consultant.
Okay, very
Yeah,
good.
to select good potential partners for our clients.
And Mr. Su, because 162 startups in Taiwan, very interesting company you have there.
Right. First, I have a very good success story that is related to Japan. Yeah, thanks for my Japanese partners. We have very close relationship with Japanese incubation center, Sagamihara Incubation Center.
Okay.
We're a long-term partnership. So there's one Taiwanese company, they're doing the medical devices, wearable medical devices. They're doing good products, good design, but they couldn't find many customers in Taiwan.
So things to wear?
Yes,
Like
yeah.
necklaces or what,
No,
what
yeah,
is it?
Wearable.
Oh, wearable
Yeah.
metals.
Yeah, actually,
Okay.
yeah. Actually, we attended the Japanese internal, your domestic business matching event several years ago through Sagamihara Incubation Center help. So we only took us 6 months to get the order, ODM order from Japan. So once this company got an ODM order from Japan, big corporation, this company in Taiwan got invested right away because
okay.
it's not just a good idea, a good design. It's proven he could penetrate a bigger, a more advanced market, so prove his value. So thanks for Japanese market and my partner.
You're welcome.
And NRI is also the consultant to Taiwan's government.
Could you elaborate more on this ODM? that you said?
ODM, original design manufacturing.
Okay, so like patents, stuff like that?
It's not just manufacturing, but also the design.
Okay.
The outlook is designed by Taiwanese company.
So
Yeah.
something similar about partnerships.
It's a partnership, yes.
Local partnerships are
Right,
very
right.
important. Okay, thank
Yeah.
you so much. How about Mr. Jongtae? Success stories. You probably have a lot of success stories too, right? With the government and local communities.
Yes. I remember lots of success story last 1 decade, but for last few years there is no big shots. So we have to drive creative economy. I remember some successful story of about few companies. Some of them are now already they are unicorn and become unicorn or decacorn. Some of them are from software company and some of them are from hardware company like mobile device manufacturers or set-top box. But anyway, we have been trying to make new unicorn or new decacorns nowadays. But as Mr. Su and Nakabayashi said, only one company cannot do anything.
Yeah.
Nowadays, we are on the tide of global trend of collaboration. So, in the case of Creative Economy and Innovation Center in Korea, there are three big sponsors. One is from central government, second one is local government, and the third one is very unique. It is from private sector, very big companies like Samsung Hyundai. Each big companies are supporting each innovation center. It is big, very important. They are doing very important role to make our startups bigger and bigger.
Okay. So interesting because you said CCEI is everywhere in South Korea, right?
18.
So hypothetically speaking, if I were to start up a company in South Korea, you would have a local entity or a support locally for me to start up there, plus support from the government itself, plus another private sector. So basically, on average, how many partnerships would there be total, usually, if somebody were to go start up there?
You mean a partnership? It is like a MOU or business
Also, it
relations?
depends.
Normally, each CCEI has more than 40 relations with some local entities or central government or private sectors.
Okay, so a lot of connections, and you're saying that everybody actually is saying that local connections are very important and partnerships are very important. But talking about challenges, because startups, they fail a lot. I mean, it's not easy creating a successful startup. Can each and every one of you tell me and the audience, I mean, what has been or have been the challenges for startups? Starting with you, please.
Okay, so in my experience, the biggest challenge for startup is how to work with the government.
It's kind of hard sometimes working with the government. Right?
Yes. I mean, in Japan, you know, if you want to receive some governmental fund, you have to make lots of documents.
Okay.
Yeah, and very long procedures. Other companies, big companies, you know, Toyota, Sony, such kind of companies are very well trained about such kind of procedures. However, for startups, we have sometimes only one employee or less than 10 employees. We do not have a resource to submit a proposal for to get governmental funding, other than existing or new private investors. That's I think that's the biggest challenge.
So what you're saying is small companies.
Yes.
Usually, it's harder for them to get governmental support
Yes,
from
yes.
the local government. Do you have any solutions for those small companies if they were to create an MOU from the government? I mean, how would they go about doing it?
Yes, the problem is actually not only for startup side, but also for governmental side. I mean, governmental people, they are also not used to provide small fund for startups because that kind of policies are very new, even new for Japanese governments as well as other East Asian countries' governments. So what I do is third party like my company is supporting as a project management office Yes. The solution is to ask someone who have experience about funding process or how to work with government.
Okay, so it's important for Nomura Research Institute to have local
yes.
connections
Yes.
as well. Is that the same problem with your company, Mr.
I don't have a
Su?
problem with
Oh,
government.
no problem. 没问题
Oh.
Actually, I'm also the think tank for Taiwan's
Okay.
Minister of Economic Affairs. So
Okay.
we have
Very
good
easy working with the
relationship.
government then.
So, but we just have other challenges. So now the startup ecosystem, all the spotlights on the high tech or new technology, information, internet, that's on the spotlight. But the challenge is there's so many traditional business in the traditional sectors. How about those industry? Is there any innovation we can create? The answer, I believe, yes. But traditional business and or high-tech information age business, they are like living in the parallel worlds. They don't talk to each other. But there's a huge opportunity. Those traditional businesses are so sexy. Really. Take one example. In my portfolio, there's one company which is a pawn shop. You do know pawn shop? You don't have money. You're giving you a watch, jewelry.
Oh, we still have pawn shops
pawn
here.
shop.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Also in Bangkok, you still have
Yes,
pawn
we
shop,
still
right?
have it.
In Taiwan, we have pawn shop. There's a very traditional business, but we help this pawn shop to transform himself to be a luxury good authentication center. We use modern technology to test LV, Gucci, Chanel, Prada, Hermes, those luxury bags. There's a lot of counterfeit on the market, right?
Yes.
But
uh-huh.
we use modern technology, not use the master's eyes to test it. We have modern technology built up database. We use high-tech equipment to test it. Let's say if this is a LV bag, we can test it from the surface, the lining, the zipper, 16 different places to test it. We can even use laser beam to test what is the metal in the paint, what kind of the model. So we can make sure it's real bag. So we can issue certificate. Then this company with this technology, he purchased second-hand bags and through auction mechanism to resell them.
Okay.
Back through a new business model. But the revenue is growing and growing. But for other pawn shop, they don't have modernized yet. So this company become the number one, dominate the market, and are ready to go to mainland China market and Japanese market.
So it sounds like you're putting more in innovations.
Innovation
for
on traditional business.
Yeah, on traditional businesses such as โรงจำนำ pawn shops อัปเกรดโรงจำนำน่าสนใจมากเลยนะครับ Very interesting. Okay. How about Mr. Jongtae?
Okay. The mission of our innovation center is to build up startup ecosystem. That is the first mission. But second one is to cultivate young guys' entrepreneurship and also expand startup culture. But the second one takes more time. It needs more time. It is one of our challenges. So in Korea, most of young guys just graduating from universities want to get in a job in the field of big companies or government office because these kind of jobs are very stable. But we want more young guys getting very challenging jobs like making their own businesses in the new areas. But so we have been trying to cultivate young guys. We want to teach them with entrepreneurship or some expertise. So I think the second one is it takes more time, but it is very important to set up a startup ecosystem.
Okay, very interesting things there. Talking about the government now, you said sometimes quite hard to work with the government. How about in Japan? How has your government helped people in Japan with their startup business. So maybe the Thai government or Thai people can also learn from that.
Recently, our government started not direct support, I mean indirect support for startups. I mean, not direct fund for each startup, however, to support VCs or investors. And then it turns to be indirect support for each startups. So our approach in Japan is kind of leveraged support structures. Start from Japanese government and each VCs, investors, and then finally relevant startups.
Okay, so basically indirect from the
Yes.
government.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Steve, you said you don't have any problems at all working with the government, but sometimes, and some places do have problems. How does Taiwan handle that, and how does the Taiwanese government support people who want to start
Okay,
businesses?
the one issue that we discussed for the past several years with government that our immigration law is not very friendly to foreign entrepreneurs. We used to not very friendly, but we changed that law, modified it. So those entrepreneurs from other countries can stay in Taiwan for a longer time. Our law used to be that after the graduation from Taiwan University, they have to go leave Taiwan. But why they have to leave? Because they are talents. We want them to stay to work with us, but they have to leave. And they have to then come back with a traveler visa for 3 months.
These are foreign students, right?
Foreign students.
Foreigners who come to Taiwan to
Yeah.
learn, and then you're saying that they have to go back
Yeah,
to
they
their
have
own
to go
countries
back.
and not start businesses in Taiwan.
Not
And what
starting
you're trying to do is have them stay in Taiwan.
Right.
How do you do that?
So now we have a entrepreneurial visa.
Ah,
Yeah, for foreign entrepreneurs.
there is a visa. Is
Yes,
that
there's a
the only
visa.
place in Taiwan, or is that other places in the world too? Entrepreneurial visas.
From all over the world.
Okay.
If you
okay.
are an entrepreneur, you want to start your business in Taiwan, you can apply for that.
Ah,
so
very
you don't have to
interesting.
leave Taiwan every 3 months. It used to be that case. Every 3 months, they have to leave to fly
Okay.
to Taiwan to Hong Kong, then fly back.
Okay.
Okay, it's not the case anymore. They
Uh-huh.
can apply the visa, which is good. The ecosystem have to be international. They're going to help, not just help them to do their business, but the whole ecosystem be very internationalized.
Very interesting. So, entrepreneurial visas. Okay, so anybody who wants to start a business in Taiwan, you can get
Please come to Taiwan, and I will.
entrepreneurial visa.
I also want to encourage Taiwanese to start a business in Thailand. It's
Ah.
nice place. I like Thai food.
Ah.
I saw one topic is food technology, which
Okay.
is good. It's also a traditional business, but use technology to upgrade them.
Because you were talking about upgrading
Yes,
traditional
yes, yeah.
businesses. Actually,
Traditional
that's
business. And also,
also
see
very
that you have
important.
lifestyle. Yeah, in one sector of the startups, lifestyle. It's very important.
good vacation destination in Thailand.
Yes,
Yes,
I love
very
it.
good. How about Mr. Jung Tae? Anything the South Korean government can do to support its own people or foreigners who want to come to South Korea and start up their own business? How does the South Korean government support those
Yeah,
entrepreneurs?
Okay. We don't have any entrepreneur visa like Taiwan, but it is very good strategy to invite good talented people to Korea, not Taiwan. Okay. Okay, that's a good idea. So anyway, we don't have any special programs like Taiwan, but some good programs like your entrepreneur visa. I will recommend that kind of program to our government. Thank you.
Okay, very interesting. Well, thank you all, you three, so much for being here. Some great insights on each and everybody's country. Thank you so much. Big round of
Thank you very
applause,
much.
please.
Thank you.
Picture time. Photo opportunity. Group picture. Shall we? It's up to the organizers, actually. Okay. Thank you so much. See, the afternoon session is very informal, very fun. Okay, thank you all three so much. Next up,